welcome to the Black Mind Games podcast episode. I don't know. It's an episode.
It's
weird.
Up there.
It's a weird episode. Joining me this week is Josh.
We're so far along in episodes where we just start at throwing shit at a wall and see what sticks. Like normal TV shows.
Yeah, we're just gonna... One of these days, we'll just start doing other things. Also joining me this week is Allan. Hi, Allan. How are you?
Not much.
Okay. And my name is... playing Destiny. Hating the new expansion. Hating Nimbus.
Yeah, it didn't sound like that game launched, that expansion launched very well. That was the way Zip put it is like, oh yeah, everybody hates the story, and I'm like, yeah, and what else? Because that is the only thing that keeps. Well, the gameplay is just what you get with the rest of the game.
Yeah.
So like that's a bad example. Like if they're like, oh yeah, here's a bunch of new mechanics, I'd be like, all right, that's a fair argument to bring in, but I don't think there's any new mechanics, are there?
There's a new spell power-up system.
But not much.
It's enough in order to make the game different enough, and they also did Armor 3.0. So
I'm not going to believe you on that one, but whatever.
Yeah, so it's like the bare minimum, but like it's still solid. That being said, Jeff be big mad. Jeff, because it's not as good as They did stuff in this expansion that I think is very cool, and they have a bunch of ideas that I think are very cool, but they do such poor execution on them that it makes me disappointed. And it just feels like as if they got their B team in order to do this expansion, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, there's problems with that game where like you're playing it and it has the Marvel problem where instead of having an actual good story and consequences, they have to crack a joke every 5 seconds. So you'll be playing it, you'll be like, oh, this is actually a really cool scene, kind of serious, and then you hear a joke and you go, why did you do that? And it happens so often that it's strenuous. There's issues where as you're playing the game, it just... like, you'll have that serious moment. And Nimbus will crack a joke. And you'll be like, God, dude, shut up. That being said, I don't know. I think the gameplay is still very good, but like all of the reviews.
Well, your main driving factor for your game is continuing a story, and the story is kind of bad, so...
Yeah. Like, hold on. There's been so many good, like, digs on this thing. So all of the reviews, it's all reviews, mostly negative. The first review I click on Steam, Bungie is smoking crack again. This one is actually probably perfect because the first word is cowabunga, dudes. Strap yourself in for a 6-hour tutorial on how to use the new Strand subclass. And that's kind of what it feels like. They're doing the same thing that... They're doing the same thing that they did with Lightfall. Or not Lightfall. Destiny 2 Beyond Light. But Beyond Light was actually decent, and they actually focused on a decent character. And they actually had decent ideas of what they wanted to do. This just kind of feels like as if they wanted to emulate Marvel, and it's poor execution on the story part, and it's just upsetting. That being said, it's more Destiny, so if you're gonna like it, you're probably gonna like it. Is it perfect? No, but hey, it's fine for some people.
Yeah, maybe. I don't play Destiny, so I don't know anything about it.
Yeah,
I gotta laugh because somebody was like, "How dare you insult Destiny?" I'm like, I pointed this out. I was like, "Yeah, no, you want to know what normal shooters are? Call of Duty, Halo, and that kind of game where it's like very mechanically inclined." It's like, yeah, but it's a looter shooter. It's like, yeah, it is one of the worst looter shooters out there.
it is.
One of the worst looter shooters out there because there's not much loot.
I would
Legit,
say
every
it's
time
the
you pick
worst.
9 times out of 10 when you pick something up, it's just objectively better than what you're using.
I wouldn't say worse because Hellgate London exists.
Yeah, but Hellgate London isn't a looter shooter.
I'm pretty sure there was loot mechanics in Hellgate London.
Yes, but that doesn't make it a looter shooter.
Yeah.
Remember, when your game is built around picking up the loot that your enemy drops to make yourself better, like, Borderlands.
Yeah. I would say Borderlands.
Hellgate London was an RPG shooter, which is the reason why it didn't do very well, because it was a game that didn't flounder itself very well.
That's a game I should play through. Let's see. Hellgate London is $14. Huh. But yeah, no, it's. I don't think that there's a lot of looter shooters around other than Borderlands.
There's only a couple.
Yeah, and I think that like
Destiny, unfortunately, believe it or not, does fall under looter shooter.
I wouldn't disagree with that notion at all. But I would say that like okay, if you're comparing Borderlands to Destiny 2, I think that Destiny 2 has more content now. And I think Destiny 2 might be a better game than Borderlands 3.
Well, that's not hard to be a better game than Destiny
Borderlands 3. Yeah.
However, you're like, I like how your first example was Borderlands 2, and I'm just like,
Yeah, well, no.
Destiny 2 is not a better game than Borderlands 2, not even by a long shot.
No. The reason why I caught myself was I was like, wait, hold on, I'm completely wrong when I was going to say that. Because I don't like Borderlands 2. I think Borderlands 2 is worse than Borderlands 1.
How?
I just don't like the main antagonist.
Jack?
Yeah, I think he's a terrible antagonist.
What?
I think he's a terrible antagonist.
Okay.
He's an
You've got to
antagonist.
qualify this statement now.
So the thing that makes that game bad is like, okay, so the first game is basically, hey, go through this entire experience and then eventually you end up catching a story. And it was like fun just adventuring around. And I was playing Borderlands 1 single player. Borderlands 2 feels like a game where it's like you definitely benefit from playing multiplayer. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Whatever.
Oh, man, you have a very controversial opinion.
And
I think you are actually wrong in this one.
I think that
Primarily because you're not arguing that Jack as an antagonist is good or bad. You're looking at other things other than Jack.
I don't like the type of antagonist Jack is he's one that constantly insults you throughout the game.
Okay.
And it takes 3 games in order to actually explain the motivations behind Jack's and for Jack's entire plan in order to come to fruition.
No.
Yeah, because it takes the pre-sequel in order to explain the origins of Jack.
No, that's the origins of Jack. That's not explaining his motivations. You get the motivations of Jack in Borderlands 2.
Yeah, and then it takes 3 in order for him to finally die. No, it's not 3. It's Tales from Borderlands.
No. Canonically, he dies in Borderlands 2. And the little AI backup thing, that was a thing that was made in for Telltale Games, so they wanted to do more with Jack, which is why why that game is actually fantastic. But that's not Jack.
Yeah.
Jack dies in the game he's introduced, and he gets a backstory developed in him, which is kind of a meh backstory.
Yeah.
But no, Jack is a fantastic villain because his motivations are clear. Fuck Pandora because it is literally a fucking hellhole of banditry and fucking anarchy. Which, okay, fine, yeah. Then everything he does is just over the top evil. He's just a standard Monday morning cartoon villain.
Yeah.
And
I just didn't mesh well with him.
All
as
right.
a villain. Yeah. And I realized that I'm not right about this. So I'm like, yeah, I don't really care. If people don't like it. If people like it, I don't really give a shit. It's not that big of a deal. I think the bigger deal is how that game franchise, for me personally, went steadily downhill. And then what it feels like is everyone was like, no, 2 is the peak. And then everything just did the exact same thing where it just was a race to the bottom that was just more severe. Because everyone hated, I think everyone was like, pre-sequel's not as good as 2.
Yep.
And then everyone's like, 3 is worse than pre-sequel.
3 is worse than all of them.
Yeah.
It's significantly worse.
And then I never hear anything about Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
I've heard some people talk about Tiny Tina's Wonderland. It's not very good. Anyways, no. I like how we went on this kind of a little bit of off rant, but the thing that this is all about is Destiny and how it's a looter shooter and it's objectively worse than 2.
I have never been more confused and concerned
How?
than when you first meet a character called Nimbus. And, okay, Alan, have you seen a picture of Nimbus?
No, I don't play Destiny. I don't care.
Okay, let me Josh, your opinion. Have you seen a picture of Nimbus?
Nimbus as in what?
He's a character in Destiny.
I have never seen Nimbus.
Okay, hold on. Let me get you guys a picture of Nimbus.
Is it the little AI that floats around?
Oh, no, that's not him.
Oh.
Okay. So this is an 8-foot tall Jack dude.
Okay.
Dude.
I'm waiting for you to post the picture.
I did. It's posted.
Okay.
This is an 8-foot tall Jack dude who every single time you talk to him, he has a big talk about how he's immature and stuff like that. And you're like, yeah, I just don't care. I really hope you just get shot. Every 5 minutes, he's like, oh, yeah. The first time you talk to him, he's like, yeah, you guys are all, warmongers and stuff like that. And you're like, oh, okay. I don't care. I just want my quest. I'm going to go now. It just, It's a flow to the bottom. His character design, and Bungie did this really weird thing where it feels like they were playing Cyberpunk, and then they decided, hey, let's make our own Cyberpunk environment. And you're like, okay, that sounds really cool. And then they cranked it to 11, and it's too much Cyberpunk.
Okay.
So every single character from this world is just covered in metal and just covered in just tons and tons of metal to the point of where it's like, okay, how is your arm moving? Is that living metal? It looks like steel. What the fuck is going on?
Well.
Whereas I compare it to Cyberpunk, 2077, and a lot of the characters have a lot more modest details. And you can tell which part is metal and which part is not. And you can also tell characters and aesthetics because they just are better telegraphed and better designed. And it just doesn't feel like the character design's up to snuff on this expansion. And as well as the old ones. And and this is also kind of lore breaking as well as an expansion, because the thing they've been telling us this entire time in Destiny is they're like, oh, this is the last city of humanity. There is no other versions of humanity. Nobody else exists. And then they're like, oh, by the way, on Neptune, a planet we've been to before, we found this city. It's here. And you're like, what? They don't come up with like a reason for it to exist. They don't magically come up with a way. They don't magically start saying, well, you know, the Witness turned Neptune back in time in order to get to where. It's like, no, they don't even do that. They just are like, oh, it's here. So it's like, oh, okay. This has been here this entire time? Yeah. Why? What? Oh. Okay, I don't understand. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing some lore details, but it feels like as if they don't understand some things, and it just is annoying. Anyways, I'm going to finish bitching about Destiny and let Josh and Allan talk about something.
So I hope my brother gives me back my pizza that he ate. Fucking Christ.
All right, come on.
Chronicles.
Oh man.
Right now he's texting back and forth with me with cute gifts and shit, and I'm like, I'm still pissed off. I don't like, you think you're gonna get away with this? No.
See, he hasn't told. See, I haven't told him the secret to make you unpissed off. Okay. And the secret's porn.
No, it isn't.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
Like, I'm not gonna go that far.
Oh right.
Jesus Christ,
You're
Jeff.
not
How are you like this bad at like making jokes?
I don't know.
Like,
it's part of my charm.
Yep. Part of your charm is making terrible jokes.
I must have a son or something somewhere. I don't know. Oh wait, no, you're not Ben. Porn works on Ben, right?
Yeah, there you go.
It's how you get him to stop talking about politics. Yeah. No. So Pizza Chronicles. I think we're going to talk about that today.
Fucking, I love how pizza is back on the menu for video games and in my life. For fucking Christ. Like, literally, there's, again, 4 bundles of, like, 2 slices per bundle of pizza in my fridge. And I had, like, 2 slices when I brought home, but there was still a lot of pizza left. I shoved it all in the fridge. And fucking, I bought that, like, literally yesterday. And, later today, I was like coming home. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't need to buy like fast food or anything. I got pizza at home. And I go look at the fridge. There's only 1 bundle of fucking pizza. I'm like, ooh. And the fuck ate the other 3.
Where did the majority of my pizza go?
Exactly. And I was like,
I feel bad for Josh.
like usually, like here's the thing.
This is the reason why when I get stuff that I'm putting in the fridge and stuff like that, I mark it very clearly. And I know
don't eat it. I will kill you.
No, it's because when I pick up things, I pick up things that I know my family will eat and that they generally don't eat for supper and stuff like that, like chicken mozzarella ravioli and stuff like that, or bell peppers and stuff like that. Like, I'm the only one who eats bell peppers in the house. Even though I'm not the original originator of bell peppers in the house, but that's beside the point. But with like certain foods, I just generally I can generally just put it in the fridge and nobody but me will eat it. But there are specific food items that I pick up that I know my family also likes. Like certain types of chicken that I'll make up. So I'll make some up for myself. I'll put it in the fridge, and I'll make sure it's clearly marked with my name, because it'll be like all packed up and ready for me to take to school for the next day. Because that's what I do. And there have been a couple times where someone in my household has eaten it. And I'll look at them afterwards like, oh, hey, thanks. I don't have a lunch for school now. And they're like, oh,
Nah,
whoops. And I'm like, yeah.
inconvenient.
But well, all you can do, Josh, is just get him to pay you the money back.
Exactly. So, fucking. I mean, he did say something along the lines of getting something from Buster's Pizza. I'm
Hey.
like, whatever. I don't care. Let's
Hey,
just,
Buster's
You are getting me
is
food
mediocre.
right now.
Hey, Buster's Pizza, mediocre pizza, but good enough.
yeah. But like again, like Buster, there's a lower food chain of pizza that I'm pretty sure the people agree that like these either not great or they're meh. And then there's higher tier that you go, I would rather have this.
Yeah.
And I think Buster is that low tier.
See, there's like, okay, you're partially right.
Uh-huh.
We need to add more tiers to your pizza matrix because there's shit tier of like, man, I'm never going to this place ever again. The guy literally shat on a fucking pizza dough, and that was the sauce tier.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Brazilian pizza.
Yeah.
But
At least we're
Brazilian
better
pizza's
than that.
good, though.
Not the video. Have you ever seen that stupid video of like the Brazilian place making this weird shitty pizza?
Okay.
The weird
Then we
shitty
have-
pizza.
Oh, it's so bad. I should look it
What's
up.
the toppings?
I couldn't tell you. It's that bad.
All right, you find the
It
video, link it to
scarred
me, and I'll
Josh
tell you.
so much that he couldn't tell you.
Like, I'm pretty sure it's the first thing that should show up on YouTube. But like the best way I could describe this brewer, Brazil.
Man, we're supposed to be a gaming
Pizza.
podcast, and now we're going to spend an hour talking about pizza tiers.
Well, enjoy this stupid podcast. So, literally, this whole video. Oh, what? Okay, yeah. So this whole video is just this guy making this pizza for this restaurant in Brazil. But then the more you start looking at it, and the more that you start to think about
There we go.
what's on this pizza, you start realizing how trash it is.
All right, let's see what's on this pizza.
You probably have to skip ahead a bit.
It started at the 2:50 mark. So like,
Oh yeah. Okay. Start.
all
at
right,
like,
there we go. So there's the sauce. There's the cheese. Okay.
Yeah, the sauce is like a skiff.
Yeah, the sauce is a skiff.
Then cheese. He's putting mountains.
Holy
of
jeez.
mountains of cheese.
Okay, so
And this
actually,
white sauce. What the fuck is this white
no,
sauce?
I know what that is.
Okay, what is it?
That's a ranch.
Is it?
Yup.
Ranch on a fucking pizza?
That's not unheard of, believe it or not.
I mean, I sometimes
corn,
have a ranch too.
That's
but
also something I've had before. That's actually fantastic. Oh shit, that's not ranch. That's
Alfredo?
no, it's a cheese.
oh, cream cheese.
Yeah, it's a cream cheese with corn.
So we are going to have to change Josh's pizza tiers. That's what I'm hearing.
Here's the thing, like this whole pizza in this video, fucking, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, I don't think I can eat pizza from like, as long as I don't overboard on pizza, I would be fine because I'm kind of lactose intolerant.
All right, my only problem is how the fuck he finishes it, where he fucking chops it, and there's olives. Okay, no, I know, I've actually seen that kind of pizza before, and
Yeah.
corn, cream cheese, olives. Believe it or not, that's not the most extreme ones I've seen.
It's not
I
the
just hate how
worst.
there's like the lightest skiff of
No, that is a problem. But
that's a problem.
That's I think that's the biggest problem for me, and I hate how much cheese there is. Because as much as I like cheese on my pizza, I don't need much cheese.
I think literally if I had a slice of that, I would shit myself because oh my god.
So, okay. Let's clarify Josh's pizza terms, okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Bottom tier is like the store-bought cardboard crust pizza.
Why store bought?
I couldn't really come up with a really bad term to pizza because pizza is always like C grade. It's just varying levels of C. Right? Like I can't.
all right.
I'm thinking about it. I don't think I've ever had a bad slice of pizza.
I have. Trust
Okay.
me.
I no. You can.
You
in my
can have
in
bad
my
pizzas.
family, we fucked up a pizza one time. It was earth shattering, ruining, literally.
Okay. Okay. So bottom tier is that. Okay. Okay. Then you have your big chain pizza restaurants. Your Pizza 73s, your Panagos. It's edible, but you're
They're
pretty
fine.
sure they're putting. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's
but
good.
you're pretty
It's fine.
sure they're putting sawdust in the dough.
I wouldn't go that far. I would say the quality is at least higher than 5.
Okay. Okay. Then you have your mid tier. Okay. This is where you get your smaller chains. Your Pizza 73s.
He puts 73 in both 2 tiers.
Pizza,
All right.
stuff like that.
Yeah, pizza, Little Caesars.
Man, the way you guys are describing this tier list is fucking awful.
I know, it's literally
Way
the
that
worst
Jeff is
thing.
describing it.
Yeah, I know, and that's the problem. Is Jeff is terrible explaining things.
It
that are
really
in his
does.
wheelhouse, and this really is outside of his wheelhouse.
Yeah, because I don't cook.
Because you put what was the pizza place you put it there at the bottom, second tier?
Second tier, Panago and stuff like that. I have.
Man, oh man, you need to actually sit down and
Eat pizzas.
not even that, just reassess because Panago I know isn't very good. Panago is one of the lower tiers, but you said another place there that was on that
Pizza
list. That's
73.
Pizza 73 is not bottom tier. Pizza
Yeah.
73 is mid at best.
Yeah.
But it is not anywhere near the bottom. Trust
Okay.
me. Panago, the gulf between Panago and Pizza 73 is vast. However, then again, Jeff comes from an area called a rich part of our city called St. Albert, which means that he gets nothing but Red Swan. We had a night where we're playing games and we're all hanging out.
Hey,
yeah, it's gonna be
Red
great.
Swan is tier 4.
Shut up. Don't even try to make that a joke. We're yeah, we'll get pizza. He's yeah, get something cheap. And he orders Red Swan, which is one of the more expensive pizza places in the city. Red Swan is actually a really good pizza place. Yeah, for 2 pizzas.
No, it's not $100. I spent $100 on 2 pizzas. I think I spent $100 on 3.
Jeez.
No, I don't think you did, because I think you got...
No, I spent $100 on 3 pizzas.
Was it 3 pizzas?
It was 3 pizzas.
So they're $35 each?
Yeah.
And they were mediums, too.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, that's... Okay,
No,
that's
they
where
were
I'm...
16. They were 16 inches.
That's mediums, Jeff. Most places for large is 18.
I know I ordered the largest size, but
Yeah.
yeah.
That's not comforting, Jeff. This is the reason why when I order pizza for parties and shit like that, I order Royal Pizza, Capital Pizza, or Red Swan, because those are the 3 good ones. There's one other, or Capital Pizza, yeah, but Capital Pizza is a local one for me.
Yeah. Well, Royal Pizza, I would say, is
But
S tier.
I still can't believe you did that. Get a cheap pizza, Jeff. Yeah, we'll all pitch in. And we were sitting there. It's oh yeah. And then I see you coming up with Red Swan. I'm what the fuck is wrong with you? I actually know it was more than $100. It had to be more than $100 because me and Rory pitched in 100 between. I think me and Rory between ourselves pitched in 60. And we had 2 other people pitching $20 each, so it had to be more than $100. And it was only four people, 5 people that were always supposed to be paying, because Stefan and Cullen didn't want any. You and Zip, me and Rory wanted some. Oh my God, yeah, that's right.
I don't know. Anyways, then you get your B tiers, which is Red Swans.
Oh my God, damn it.
And then you get your S tiers, which is like your deep dish, family owned, royal pizzas.
Oh my god, you're still going with this, and I even though I've tried to fucking put a nail in this coffin.
Yeah. And Josh, have you played any video games this week?
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
I win.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
I lose.
You did it all. You're like, you're looking at a door that's open, and you're like, I'm running out the door.
I refuse to step inside the door.
You ran out the door, and you're like, we're going to something else.
If this was a closet, I would still be in the closet, even though the door is wide open.
No, you try to run out of the room, you're stuck in the closet.
What?
You try to run out the room, and then the door you swung open was the closet. Anyway, video games. I played 2 video games that are actually...
Did you play
They're
Hi-Fi
old.
Rush?
No, because I played another video game called... Literally, it enticed me because I looked at it for 1 second and went, that's just Tony Hawk Pro Skater, but adorably cute. And it was Tony Hawk Pro Skater, but adorably cute. It was called Ollie Frog Toad Skater.
Is this on Steam?
It's on Steam. And
Ollie Frog
Toad Skater.
I like how I type in Ollie, and it's like, hush, hush, only your love can save. Yeah, I'm concerned.
Why you look that up? I don't know.
I don't know.
For the game, that Ollie Frog game, it is it's the most shortest review possible because again, there's only a demo. I played the demo of it because I was like, I'll play a little bit of Tony Hawk, and yeah, it's just almost 1-to-1 Tony Hawk. The only difference is that you're just playing as a very cute character, that it's a frog, and the frog is just a squishy small blob. Even when you biff, the frog will like turn into a stuffed toy and just start rolling around everywhere.
Okay, I need this game in my life.
I mean, so far as a demo, you can't purchase it or anything. I'm sure it's being worked on by the dev, whoever that is. Although I do have to wonder, this is going to probably fly under the radar of, oh, you just want to play exactly a Tony Hawk Pro Skater ripoff? Here you go.
I mean, that sounds exactly what I want in my life.
Just a huge ripoff of Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Here you go.
No, because you know what I actually want is I want a new skate game, which I know is in development, but I can't talk about it.
I mean, there's so many leaks on that damn thing that I know it's in development.
Everyone does.
Yeah. I mean, there's even some videos that have been shown and shit like that of like what's been going on. So,
I mean,
the only sad thing is their stupid marketplace of course, is in it.
Yeah, but you know what? They have to monetize the game somehow.
I get
No,
it.
they don't.
Well, I mean, actually, they probably don't have to.
They do and they don't. Like you guys are right when I say like they have to monetize the game somehow, is like they have to be able to be like, yes, this game is producing money after the $60 because stockholders. Because stockholders always want perpetual growth. They don't want like your company lost money. How dare you lose money? And it's like, why is that a big deal? It's the bane of most game dev studios' existence.
To say the least.
Yeah.
But then again,
But this game looks pretty sick. I downloaded the demo. I'm not launching it right now.
The one positive thing I'll say for Ollie Frog is the custom creator that it has. It really drills down to details. Even though the character that you play as doesn't have a lot of details, but like all the things you can tweak are like, oh, I can almost tweak every aspect of this. This is kind of great. I kind of wished when they did a full release is like you can even modify the frog limbs or like the way their eyes look, or how big or tall, small, or wide. I want all that. Just really customize the crap out of it. But yeah, like so far it's just a small demo. It's just Tony Hawk.
I mean, I like how they're allowing the customization.
Yeah. It's adorable. Oh, and also, as for a second game I played this week, I played Rock and Roll Racing.
Like the old school.
Yes. I played the what was it? The Blizzard arcade collection because it was on sale on Switch. It was like $5. And I was like, I could get that for $5.
That
so I
sounds
did.
like a $5 game worth buying.
It's actually was totally worth $5 because out of the games that are on they call it an arcade collection. That shouldn't have been called an arcade collection, but on this collection, out of all the games I wanted to replay the most was fucking Rock and Roll Racing, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just squarely get it for this. And yeah, it was everything I remember from Rock and Roll Racing. Although it was the remaster of the Rock and Roll Racing, which is interesting because they actually put the licensed songs in there, which it was kind of jarring when you first boot it up. It's you boot it up and you start hearing what was it? I think ZZ Top? No, it was no, man, I can't remember any of the freaking classic rock bands, but like the first song that it boots up and you hear the actual song and not the chiptune version of it, in my brain I go, no, this is not right. No, I want chiptune. I want the Super Nintendo chippy tune quality that I'm used to.
I want that memory.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to go back.
You can actually go back in the options and flip it back over to chiptune.
Oh boy. Sounds
So it
like
was
the
quite
perfect game
interesting for that to happen.
Sounds like the perfect game for Josh, if I'm honest.
And also, you can even there's a voiceover in the game that I also remember hearing of, like, telling you who's in first, and also saying like, "Oh, what's his face?" All these catchphrases that this voiceover does, which is kind of interesting for that game at the time. He says more shit in this one, and I think it's by the same voice actor, which is like this kind of crazy. The guy still has that same voice all these years.
Which game?
And
I'm just trying to remember. I zoned out here for a moment there. I'm just trying to remember now.
Oh yeah, there's that, like when you place somewhere on the like first, second, or third. Actually, I don't even think you have to place anything. But when you're done a race, the voiceover. I like how I asked
what the game was.
Oh, Rock and Roll Racing.
Right. Okay, sorry. I had to my brain just forgot that information because I was like, yeah, chiptunes, music. But I'm like, Rock. What game was it now?
Yeah, it's
Raceway.
Excuse me, but yeah, like I played the game for a bit, and I'm like, yeah, like although funny thing is, maybe because I'm not. Man, how old was I while I was playing Rock and Roll Racing? I must have been like 7, 8 when I was playing Rock and Roll Racing. And
okay, there we go. Yeah, I got it now.
Yeah, and like I was playing that, and I was like, man, this game is rad as shit, and like you get cool music to listen to. But like at the same time, I remember the game being kind of tough. But nowadays, when I start playing it, I'm like, is this still tough anymore? I don't know. Like
you've grown up.
Yeah, it's like I've grown up and I started realizing this thing is easy as shit. Oh my god! Like
it's like how when you're when you're older, you're like, oh man, like this game that like this level was never that hard.
Yeah,
you're just like, huh?
Yeah, like it kind of turns out. Oh, I'm pretty sure I was like maybe you start thinking back to how you thought about it in your process back then, and then how you thought about it now. It's like, oh man, I'm pretty sure I didn't know how this game worked in general, so therefore I thought this process, and it was completely not the right process whatsoever. Although, I my first thought was like, was I really stupid? No, everyone was really stupid. I was like,
I mean, most of us were stupid back in the day.
yeah. I mean, didn't know any better. / it was the best thing at the time. Like,
Most of us couldn't even do 2 + 2 back in the day.
I could kind of do 2 + 2. 5. Shit.
Did you just say 2 + 2 = 5?
In certain scenarios, it actually does.
No, it never does.
Yes, can I point this out? But we're not going to discuss it here because it's very.
You're
specific.
talking about when it's like 2.48 plus 2.48, and then you do a math round. That's not the same.
No, it's actually like there's some scientific things that cause it to happen. It's usually related to water and displacement.
Oh, and
Other things. Hey, it does happen. It doesn't happen mathematically though. That's why I said it happens in very specific situations, Jeff. Don't worry about it.
Anyways, other things
all I have to talk about this week is I played Elden Ring.
Oh yes.
What, you don't want us to talk about Scott Adams being canceled?
We're not going to touch on that really. It's such a fucking nothing burger. Oh my god! I think my favorite response was somebody posted a video of like what a black guy said. He's like, "Yeah, no, it's black guys." A bunch of black people said, "Hey, I don't like white people," and then it's a bunch of white people said, "I don't like white people," and then like Scott Adams looking at this data going, "Oh, okay, then you guys don't want me around, then I'll just leave," and somehow that being interpreted as racist, and I'm like, what? It's such a nothing burger that it's just like whatever. Shrug your shoulders, move the fuck on. Video. I'll have to find it again.
Yeah. It's stupid. What I personally don't want to talk about it. I am personally though a lot more excited about what is it? Josh, you played another game, didn't you? Oh yeah, you said that those two.
Yeah, those two. Although funny enough, I kind of want to touch Blackthorn. Although I remember that being tough as molasses because it's not an action platformer. It's a Lara Croft 2D platformer, or a better comparison would be Prince of Persia, like the first game that came out in the 80s. It's like that.
But that game was good. Those games were always good, Prince of Persia.
Yeah, well, Blackthorn, I would still say it's still good. Like, it still has, like, really good, like, level kind of puzzles, and also, like, the way you interact with the aliens, and how you shoot them down and stuff like that. Like, it's great. The only thing that sucks is just the way you move in that game. It's just very, what's the phrase? Just stilted or not chunky, blocky. No, kind of just very stiff. That's the word, stiff. It's just really fucking stiff.
Yeah.
Oh. Is that not what you want?
Yeah, not really. If anything, it feels like the controls could have been smoothed out a hell of a lot, but whatever. That game, actually, I haven't touched a remastered version of that within the catalog, so maybe they fixed some things about it. Who knows? Because it kind of fixed one or two things I realized in the remastered version of Rock and Roll Race, because when you die, they just shove you back in the race again. Because I remember when you die in the race, you die for good. And that was like a big penalty.
Is this an Activision Blizzard game?
Pretty sure. Well, this is Blizzard before they got absorbed, and that was way back in time. Okay. But this whole collection is Activision Blizzard.
Don't want to know if I don't want to give them money.
Just get on sale. They get less money.
No. Because, like, I don't want them having my dollars.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You get it through Nintendo, and I'm sure they get even less of a cut.
Yo ho, fiddly dee.
If I could get it for free, that would be fine
Yo
by me.
ho, fiddly dee.
Yeah, but then I would have
Do
to
what you want because a pirate is free.
But then I would have
You
to
are a
modify.
pirate. Jesus fucking Christ. That's the
But
reason
then
why
I
I
would
made
have
that
to
joke
modify my
twice.
Switch.
Oh, then
Well, you
that's
don't
on
have to.
fucking
You don't have to modify your Switch. Just literally get
PC.
get it on PC.
Oh, is it on PC? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that.
Oh my god. Oh.
I thought it was
Yeah.
exclusive to consoles.
Oh,
No.
anyways.
Oh well.
It's on every bloody thing.
Yeah. I was just gonna mention something. So we got to talk about more stupidity in the world.
Well, we're gonna talk about Elden Ring first.
Yeah, please do.
So, the new DLC for Elden Ring got announced. And I think my favorite response was my buddy. I had literally gone to sleep at like just a little after right before he sent me it. And his message was like, "Yo," and I was like, "What?" He sent me a picture of fucking Elden Ring, the new Elden Ring cover art. He's like, "Yo," and I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." And then like everybody started speculating, and I still stand by the speculation that this is going to be a Mikola DLC.
Mm-hmm.
I know Rory wants it to be America, but I don't think it's gonna be, because America's like, Rory thinks that America's actually like very like, she's not very like in the game, but I'm like, no, she's fairly present. It's actually like very well like built out of what she is. But Mikola has like this allure about him. We don't know where his rune is. We don't know who his shadow is. We have Millennia's shadow to deal with. It's the idea that he might be Saint Trina, which is another thing that happens. So he might have a rhombus, a remus. If you've seen season 4 of Castlevania, where it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna bring back Dracula and his wife in the same body, where it's a form of man and woman combined, so like a remus. That's what it is. But like they actually play it up pretty well here in the game, where like a good example, Marika is Radigan, and Radigan is Marika, because they are the same entity in life and existence. They share a body. But one is male and one is female, and it's like whoever's in charge that day is whoever's in charge of the body. And it's actually fair, like, but like the picture art, all that fun jazz, like like on top of that, the text for the thing is "Rise tarnished, and let us walk a new path together." It can't be Marika, because Marika's the one who names them the Tarnish and commends them to go away and then to return. And like it's very dominating, and like, no, you have to retake the order and either replace it or own it. And the way that this is written is and the way that Mikola is described is like he wants to find a way to like make things better, make a new way of order, make da-da-da. He wants to do all these specific things. And I'm actually a little excited about this, because I've been playing the mod seamless multiplayer mod. I can't remember what the actual name of it is, but we were me, Rory, Stefan, Zip, and our buddy Ren have all been playing through it slowly. I've just gotten to the Altus Plateau and just went up Mount Gelmir, and fuck Mount Gelmir.
I still need to beat Elden Ring.
You mean Dark Souls?
I need to beat Elden Ring and Dark Souls.
Yeah, you need to get on that.
Yeah. Wait.
We just did the Radon Festival, and when you play that, when you actually go to play Elden Ring and do the Radon Festival, I guarantee you, me, Rory, and a couple other guys will absolutely come join you for that, because that is such a fun boss fight. Like, there's a lot of good boss fights in this game. Like some of them are just meme worthy. Like Forefathers all bear witness, and it's just a meme, and we just play it up. You've got Horalu, which is a boss in the later game that is just fan-fucking-tastic. there's so many good fights in that game, but there's also a lot of bad ones too. But that's gonna have to be you have to bear through them because it's such a good trade-off for some of them. Although a lot of the game bosses could use more HP, but that's just me. And yeah, we got new DLC announcement, which is gonna be called Shadow of the Erd Tree, which is currently in development. And it's so weird because not 5 days before this, the game's 1 year anniversary happened, and it was released. This news was released 5 days, and everybody's like, "Why didn't you announce this on the 1 year anniversary?" And everybody's like, "It's Japanese. All right, fine, whatever." But we'll have to wait and see what they do, what they want to play with.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, Jeff. What are you gonna bitch about now?
So, we've gotten a controversy, boys and girls.
Is it a controversy?
It's a non-controversy.
There you go.
It's people being stupid and dumb. And
Okay, for the past 3 weeks, we've been talking about Harry Potter, and just the controversies of Harry Potter. We have never once talked about. I think we talked about the game once. Last week we talked about Silvervale getting harassed, crying, and then being a chat about it. The week before that, we talked about. I think it was Girlfriend crying and the fallout from the game actually releasing. Before the game was even out. If I recall correctly, we were talking about harassment databases and how it's going to be a clusterfuck. And now we have our latest scenario, where we have the narcissist prayer, and people are now very upset because a VTuber basically quit a job that she loved and decided that she wanted out early. She was graduating, named Pickamane. Basically, they got to the point where they basically harassed a girl into quitting her job. And then, to follow this up, Pipkin, who is a bunny, decided that she was going to stream the game, even though she hates Harry Potter. So we've gone completely full circle now. And on top of that now, we have a transgender developer releasing a game called Turfenstein 3D, where you walk around murdering women in cold blood.
Okay.
We have completely... So... It's so fucking crazy, this group of people. They've gone completely insane. Where they just basically go bonkers, and
It's just best to ignore them.
yeah.
Don't give them any kindling to their fire. Just ignore them.
Yeah, the reason why I'm bringing it up is because it's just man, I'm worried, man.
It's because you don't know how to actually just ignore something.
No,
Yes.
no, I'm worried that
It's very much the former, Jeff. I know you.
because they're going every single time you ignore these people, they ratchet it up somehow to where it's worse.
Yep.
And every single time they don't go one step forward. They go 20.
Okay, Jeff.
And it's getting to the point, dude, where eventually it's going to be, we're going to have this conversation and it's going to be something where we're going to be saying, holy shit, they did something insane.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what that's called in the military world? To not interrupt your enemy when they are making a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
They are making their own noose. Let them do it.
But that's the thing. It's are they going... But my worry is, are they going to hurt more innocent people before they do that?
All right. Jeff,
Yeah.
understand this.
Mm-hmm.
If you want this ideology or this position or whatever
Mm-hmm.
to become an untenable position in the eyes of the public, you're going to have to let them do something crazy.
Yeah.
And then you're going to just have to hammer and fucking smear them the entire time that happens.
Yeah.
Welcome to politics.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt your enemy when they're making a bad life choice.
Yeah. It's probably you're 100% correct when you say that, but it's just like still scared about what's gonna happen. And I'm admitting that you're right. Like, I'm not trying to say this, but the reason, like, I have a bunch of friends who are LGBTQA plus, and like, I like them. They're respectable people. They're not woke idiots. And stuff like this makes me honestly think less of them. Not because, well, let me rephrase that. Stuff like this makes me concerned because it doesn't look bad on the person doing this. It looks bad on the person. It looks bad on the entire community.
Okay.
And we need, in this entire circumstance, it's not good enough to let, it's not respectable in order for them, in order to let them, the worst, represent them. And if that makes sense. Because it's getting to the point now where it's like you're losing support rapidly. And you're going to eventually hit to the point where it's like, how many more rights are you going to lose that you gained in the early 2010s? And that's where my concern comes from.
Jeff, you got to look at it like this.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you're trying to rationalize this as a way of saving face.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put it this way. Stop.
Yeah.
If they're gonna dig their own graves, let them. No, they've burned up a significant amount of goodwill at this point. And that's on them. That's on them. So, I know you want to be like the nice guy who's like, well, you should probably stop before you, like, ruin all your goodwill, but like, or get hurt or whatever. But like, people have been saying this for 6 or 7 years now, and they haven't listened. So at this point, oh well.
Yeah.
That's how you got to look at it, and it's shrug your shoulders, carry on. The moment they do something stupid, you can point to and go, "Hey, don't be dumb." Maybe you should actually like listen to the people who are like because a number of people have begun to like turn on them in the recent years because of some of the things they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, like that's going to be the course and nature of their lives. If they don't have the gall to help stop it, then they're kind of enabling it.
Yeah.
So that's how you got to look at it.
Yeah. I think that
again, just stop trying to like dredge yourself into it and feel bad. Just shrug your shoulders and move on.
Yeah. I think though, if I may add some positivity into this, Humble Bundle is running a sale. I think it's still going on. I think to benefit. No, I don't want that. I want the bundles. Where are the bundles? Bundles, yay! Humble Bundle was running Turkey earthquake relief. It might be done by the time
the podcast goes up.
Yeah, but we'll link it into the chat.
I'll take a look at it here in a minute.
Yeah.
I think that's a podcast, though. It's been an hour.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So, thank you, everyone, for listening to Black Man Games Podcast. I'll put some games into the description, so that way then if I have... because I already bought the bundle. So we'll put some games into the description this week. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Alan. Have a good night. Bye. Shall we start the show, boys and girls?
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me repeat that again. I'll gladly have nuts. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sync in 3, 2, 1.